It's November 7th, 2023, 4:48 p.m. where I am in the northeastern part of the United States. Welcome to Prophecy for Now. I have a few videos to put out. I suggest you watch them all because sometimes they seem unrelated, but they're not, because everything is a part of a bigger picture of what the Lord is doing on this earth, and He is doing some great things. So this message is based on two dreams that I had on October 24th, which was a Tuesday. So before the dreams, He had dropped a song in my spirit, Worthy is the Lamb. Okay, and then I had the first dream, right? So the first dream, it was, I was in a plush, luxurious venue. One of the symbols in the dream were evening gowns. And, I was kind of just walking around. You could tell people had money. And as I walked, I saw a section where people were worshiping a false god. Okay, so that was the first dream. I won't tell you like the whole dream just for time's sake. So in the second dream, I was in a neighborhood in the hood, right? And there was this store, a luxury store actually. And I walked in, and typically you won't see luxury stores in like the ghetto or just the hood in general. But I walked in there, and there was actually somebody I knew in my past, a sister in the Lord. She welcomed me very warmly. And in this dream, there was a vest, a brown vest, like as opposed to the evening gowns. It was like a brown vest. It was kind of like a preppy kind of style, right? And she was just pointing out the quality of it. And then she offered me some food, and it was good food. It was meat. And she said she had put some sorrel in it, right? Now, sorrel is an herb that I know like Jamaican people use it like in your drinks or whatever. So I wasn't really familiar with it. I know it's good for you, right? So I'll go a little bit into what sorrow does maybe a little later, right? But in any case, what God was showing me is that church is changing, right? That first church, they were not worshiping the Lord, right? And the second church, the second place represented church as well. And it actually looked like a pop-up store, like, because I was asking the lady there, is this temporary or is this permanent? And she didn't know. So I'm not quite sure what that part means, but it didn't, they both didn't seem like churches, but they were churches. Like in the interpretation, they were churches, right? So in this one, it was expensive too, but it was understated, right? It wasn't like showy. It wasn't self-indulgent. Okay, so it was other-centered. Okay, I pray you guys are following me. And that's what God is doing. He's bringing back true reverence and true worship in the church. And I think later that same day, He said there's about to be a Tina Turner in the church. So, guys, the Lord, He says things real funny sometimes. I knew what He meant. And, if anybody's familiar with like the old Tina Turner days when she used to get beat by her husband, He's saying that some behind's about to get beat in the church, right? That's how He's saying it. So, when God gives us messages, we don't have to make apologies for God and how He says things and what terms He uses and how He, gives the message. Okay. So that's it. Let me go back to sorrow, right? So the church, what He's doing now, what He's building up is He's making it healthy, right? In any place where God is reverenced is going to be healthy. Where He's worshiped, truly. So sorrow, it does a lot of things, right? It's an herb that improves eyesight. It increases your energy level. It boosts the immune system. It slows baldness. I mean, it does a lot of stuff. It lowers your blood pressure, prevents cancer. And, as I was going through all of the things that sorrow does, he made me think of myself, right? So you could be 55 years old and look like you're like in your 30s or 40s or something like that, right? So this is what God is doing in the church, right? He's bringing back some life to the church. And when I say the church, I'm talking about on the whole. And I'm not talking about specific places, because surely there are some places where God is reverenced and worshiped, right? But I think as a whole, this is what he's doing, okay? So that's it, okay? So come back, because I have some other messages from the Lord.